everyone, this is Shivangi. Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I am going to create this look. This is an olive greenish holographic kind of an eye makeup look. It's quite wearable though, and all the products which I'll use to create this look, the links and the details of the products will be mentioned in the description box below. Now before we begin this tutorial, there is a small thing that I want to address. I'm going to try and keep it to the point as much as possible. In all my videos, I always tell you to give me your valuable feedback and throw in some ideas. I always do that, right? And you know it for a fact that I've picked out a lot of ideas. I've taken your feedback, at least so far, things that I can work on. I do work on them. I try. I obviously do get a lot of comments on my videos, and the negative and the disrespectful ones get blocked immediately. But I want to address something which I am getting now in every single video from someone or the other, and that is about me using the same products. So guys, let me keep the record straight. Like, I'm being absolutely honest and respectful here. I don't have a lot of products, yeah. I have mentioned this earlier as well. It's not that every single company is sending me tons of PR and, you know, I live in a castle of makeup. I have limited number of base products especially. So I will be repeating my products. I have no shame in repeating products, and I'm not sad about it or anything, but I just want people to understand that I won't be able to show you hundreds of different products every time in a tutorial. If you're somebody who's getting disappointed by the fact that I'm using the same foundation or the same concealer or the same contouring product, then I don't think so my content is for you, because my content is more about the technique than the products. Also, it's quite disappointing, but the more I read all these comments, I realize that I really can't please everyone, yeah. Like, there was a point when everyone started telling me I'm doing the same wearable thing again and again, do something different. I mix things up, but even then there were some people who had to say, who's gonna do something like that? And then there is always this element where somebody says that you're using very expensive products, you use something which is drugstore, and then when I actually do use drugstore, people are now telling me that you're repeating the same products, do something different. It leaves me in a fix, because obviously I really can't do everything at the same time. It is just not possible. No matter what I do, there will be somebody who's going to be displeased by it. I am trying to accept it, but I just want to keep the record straight. This is how it's gonna be. This channel focuses on techniques more than the products. I will always use a mix of drugstore and high-end products. Wherever I feel that a drugstore product can be used, I'll use that. And wherever I feel that a high-end product will give a better result, I'll do that. And lastly, again, because this is something which I hear a lot, do something different with your hair. Now, again, I'm keeping the record straight here. This is a makeup channel. This is not a hair and makeup channel. Hair is not my niche. Makeup is. And you have to understand that these are two completely different zones. Some people are comfortable with it, some people are not. If you ask me to step out of my comfort zone when it comes to makeup, I can go all out. But when it comes to hair, it's just not my niche. That is not my thing. So in most of my tutorials, you're gonna see me in this hair. And I'm really sorry if that disappoints you again, but I just want to be honest and clear with you. If you feel that because I repeat base products or because my hair are not different in every tutorial, my content is not helpful for you, then you're absolutely free to not watch it. Like, I'll completely respect that. So that's it. I don't think I ever had this kind of conversation with you, and hopefully I'll never have to do this again. Most of the times I ignore all this. This doesn't bother me, but I just thought that I'll come here and clarify things for people who are not getting an answer from me. So now that I've given an answer, without further ado, let's begin this tutorial. Starting off with the primer, I'll use e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. For concealer, I'll use MAC Take Cover Concealer in the shade Butterscotch. Now to blend the concealer, I'll use Rufa Beauty RB17 brush. This is a brush which came in this Pro brush set by Rufa Beauty. They did send it to me, but this is not a sponsored video. A lot of people wanted me to review them and I also wanted to try them out. So for today's entire look, I'll use brushes from this brush set from Rufa Beauty. Okay, so I've blended the concealer, but I've left my eyelids because I will use an eyeshadow base there. Now moving on to foundation. For foundation today, I'll use Maybelline Super Stay Foundation in the shade 128 Warm Nude. I just want to mention that Maybelline Super Stay is a full coverage foundation. So it is not your regular everyday kind of a foundation. For special occasions and functions and stuff, it's good. But for regular use, it's a little heavy. Next, I'm going to use Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And as always, I'll lightly contour my cheekbones and my jawline with it. Moving on, for my eyebrows, I'll use NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Espresso. Before I begin the application of the eyeshadow, I'll use M.A.C Paint Pot in the shade Painterly as an eyeshadow base. Now moving on to eyeshadow, I'll use Makeup Revolution's Soph X Extra Spice eyeshadow palette. First, I'm going to take this shade from the eyeshadow palette. And with Rufa Beauty RB10 brush, I'm going to apply this shade all over my crease. Next, I'm going to take this shade from the palette and I'm going to apply it on my crease as well. And please use a very light hand while doing this. Also, don't take too much of pigment in one go in your brush. We'll build this color slowly. I'll also use this shade on the outer and inner corner of my eyelid. Now we're going to fix this particular situation right here. Basically do a bit more blending to make it look seamless. And for that, I will go back to the previous transition shade again and apply it again on my crease, blending it with this darker color. If you move your brush in circular motion, that really helps with blending the colors. Alright, this is much better. Next, I'm going to use this shade from the palette. It's called Aurora. And I'll apply that shade on the center of my eyelid, but with a wet brush. Now for that, I'm going to take a bit of setting spray on my palette. I will dip the brush in the setting spray. Now I don't want the brush to be soaking wet, so I kind of press it on my palm or on my hand once before I dip it in color. And then I pick up the pigment on the brush. Now let's apply this right on the center of the eyelid. Alright, so this is good enough for now. Next, I'm going to take MAC Dazzleshadow in the shade I Like to Watch. And this I'm going to apply on top of this olive green shade which we just used. So this is more of an eyeshadow topper, but it can be used as an eyeshadow as well. Okay, so far this is how the eyeshadow is looking right now, and it needs some cleanup because right now the shimmers are looking like they're all over the place. For that, first I'm going to dig into the shade Cookie Dough, which is the first shade that we applied on our crease, and I'm going to apply this shade again on the crease. Next, I'm going to go back to this darker color and I'm going to apply it in the inner and outer corner of my eyelid again, blending it very lightly with the shimmery shade. And after this is done, I'm going to take a clean fluffy brush. This is Rufa Beauty RB07 brush. And I'm going to run it through my crease one more time. And that's it actually. This eyelid is complete. I'll finish the other one and then come back and we'll do the lower lash line. Now we're gonna get to the lower lash line. For lower lash line again, I'm going to dig into this darker shade which we applied in the inner and outer corner. And I'm going to use this shade all the way through my lower lash line. After this is done, I'm going to again wet the brush which I used to apply the eyeshadow. And this time, I'm going to take the eyeshadow topper which I used on top. Now, with the help of this brush, I'm going to apply this eyeshadow topper in the center of my lower lash line. That's it. It is not too evident because we did apply the darker color all the way through the lower lash line, but it does add a nice shine there. Next, I'm going to take this golden shade from the palette, and this I'm going to apply in the inner corners of my eyes. I'm using Rufa Beauty RB05 brush. With that final step, the eyeshadow is complete. Next, for mascara, I'll use Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. Now I'll quickly wear false lashes off camera and come back. The false lashes are on. You'll find the details of the false lashes in the description box below. Now moving on to blush and highlight. For blush, I'll use MAC Sheer Tone Blush in the shade Gingerly. Next, I'm going to take a bit of loose powder on a brush, just a little bit, and run it through my blush. Just to ensure that it's well blended. For highlighter, I'll use Faces Canada Ultime Pro Illuminating Powder. First, I'm going to highlight my brow bone. And then I'm going to highlight all the high points of my face. Lastly, for my lips, I'll use M.A.C Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color in the shade Burnt Spice. Now to set everything in place, I'll use Smashbox Primer Water. And that's it. With that, we've come to an end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you're not following me on Instagram, then ensure that you do. I keep posting video updates and makeup related content on my Instagram handle as well. And lastly, if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, then please subscribe. There is this channel, and we've also got another vlogging channel where we post daily vlogs. So we're very raw and real there. I'm gonna leave all the links in the pinned comment of the comment section below. You can check out our content, and if you like what you see, then please subscribe. On that note, I'm going to sign off for now. I shall see you in the next one. Stay safe and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.